Welcome to Making a Murderer, Rubberducky YouTube channel. Hey, you guys, it's been a long week, but we have done it, and we're going to go ahead and wrap up our last read of this week. And this one is a doozy. We have page 294 that is going to be imprinted on our mind for a long time. So I want to thank you for joining me on my daily MaM reading. This is a CASO Investigative Reports, and we're going to read pages 241 through 250, part 25. Page 241. Type of activity supplemental report. Date of activity 11/11/05. Reporting officer Deputy Gary Schultz. On 11/11/05 at approximately 14:55 hours, I, Deputy Gary Schultz, along with Lieutenant Brett Bowie, escorted two vehicles back to Chilton from the crime scene. We left the crime scene following two vehicles, one containing a John Deere 320 skid steer and the other containing a golf cart, both of which were being transported for evidence. At approximately 4:20 p.m., we arrived at the storage facility on State Highway 57 north of the city of Chilton. Once there, the golf cart was placed in garage number 9, and the John Deere 320 skid steer was placed garage number 3. After the items were put into the garage, inside of the garage was locked by me using brand new master locks. The keys were then placed in an envelope appropriately marked and turned into evidence. It should be noted, I was in contact with the two transport vehicles from the crime scene all the way to the storage facilities. At no time did any person or persons enter those vehicles. The only contact with the vehicles was while we were unloading them and putting them in the storage facility. Deputy Gary Schultz, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 242. Type of activity supplemental report. Date of activity 11/11/05. Reporting officer Deputy Jeremy Hawkins. On on 11/11/05 at 11:18 p.m., I, Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, started to log in more items that I received as evidence from either the Avery property or the Halbach residence. At 12:26 a.m. on 11/12/05, I had to stop logging items in to assist other officers. Items were in short-term secured areas at all times when I was away. Deputy Jeremy Hawkins, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 243. Type of activity, trailer measurements. Date of activity, 11/12/05. Reporting officer, Colonel Chris Windorf. On 11/12/05 at 0600 hours, I, Colonel Windorf, of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, was requested to arrive at the Sheriff's Office in order to assist at the scene on Avery Road. I utilized Mark Squad number 810 and proceeded to the scene at Avery Road. At 08:26 hours, I was assigned to assist Wisconsin State Patrol number 361, Trooper Timothy Austin, who is an accident crash reconstructionist with measuring out the Avery trailer. We were assigned to measure, document, and diagram the entire interior and certain contents of the trailer. I did assist with measurements and wore latex gloves the entire time. At 10:30 hours, we exited from the trailer as the measurements were completed. At 10:44 hours, I assisted Trooper Timothy Austin again with measuring a couple of walls on the office of the main shop building. While still on scene, I was informed by Tom Fassbender of the State of Wisconsin Division of Criminal Investigation, DCI, that were on the scene. There was a report of a black floral design tin that was somewhere inside the Avery trailer that contained some ash-like substance. At 11:01 hours on the same date, I found the container on top of the desk in the living room and did photograph and collect that as evidence. The container was a black cookie tin with a floral design on the outside that contained a clear plastic bag with a white ash substance in it. The tin and its contents were bagged in a brown paper bag, sealed with evidence tape, initialed and marked properly. The bag was transported to the Calumet County Sheriff's Department in the front seat of my marked squad number 810, and the evidence did not ever leave my possession until it was placed in the evidence storage locker in the evidence room of Calumet County Sheriff's Office. Proper documentation was made on evidence property custody document and submitted to evidence custodian Jeremy Hawkins of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Chris Windorf, Corporal, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 244. Type of activity, follow-up, date of activity 11/12/05, reporting officer investigator Wendy Baldwin. On 11/12/05, I, Investigator Baldwin, arrived at the Avery property at approximately 8 o'clock a.m. I was requested by Sergeant Bill Tyson to assist with searching a Chevy Monte Carlo that belonged to Steven Avery. At approximately 8:27 a.m., Sergeant Tyson and I entered a red pole shed located on the property and searched through a blue Chevy Monte Carlo belonging to Steven Avery. The license plate on the vehicle was 926-GJL. The vehicle did list to Steven A. Avery Sr. being a 1985 blue Chevy Monte Carlo. The vehicle was secured, however. Nothing of evidentiary value was found. We exited the red pole shed at approximately 8:38 a.m. Investigator Wendy Baldwin, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 245. Type of activity, entry into Steve Avery's garage and residence. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer investigator John Dietering. Documents generated none. On Saturday 11/12/05 at 08:15 hours, Special Agent Fassbender, Investigator Wiegert, and I Dietering did do a cursory walk through Steve Avery's garage. Nothing of an evidentiary value was taken and nothing was left behind. We left the garage at 08:20 hours. At 08:30 hours, we did enter Steve Avery's residence. A direct TV folder and some bills were taken into evidence by Investigator Wiegert, as was a 2004 gun deer back tag for the state of Wisconsin. We left the residence at 08:43 hours. Investigation continues. Investigator John Dietering, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 246. Type of activity, interview of Joseph Mott. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer investigator John Dietering. Document generated none. On Saturday 11/12/05 at approximately 09:13 hours, Special Agent Kevin Himmerl and I Dietering did interview the following person regarding this matter: Joseph Mott. For details concerning this interview, please see the report of Special Agent Himmerl. Investigation continues. Investigator John Dietering, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 247. Type of activity, interview of Thomas L. Yonda. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer, investigator John Dietering. Documents generated none. On Saturday 11/12/05 at approximately 09:53 hours, Special Agent Kevin Himmerl and I Dietering did interview the following individual: Thomas L. Yonda. For details concerning this interview, please see the report of Special Agent Himmerl. Investigation continues. Investigator John Dietering, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 248. Type of activity, supplemental report. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer Deputy Rick Raymer. On Saturday 11/12/05, I, Deputy Rick Raymer, Unit Number 832 of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, in the company of myself, assisted Special Agent Rod Pivito and Special Agent Rod Eben in processing items number 642, 643, 644, and number 645. It should be noted that in processing item number 643, a 55-gallon burn barrel with miscellaneous items inside, they did find various bone fragments. Also turned over to me was property tag 7958, burnt material with the words Deer Camp Burn Barrel printed on the container, which was found at the Deer Camp near the location. Property tag number 7960 burnt bone from the deer camp area was turned over to me at 10:17 hours. Property tag number 7961 burnt material from site E10 was turned over to me at 10:19 hours. Property tag 7962 burnt material from site E9 was turned over to me at 10:23 hours. Property tag number 7963 burnt material from deer camp was turned over to me at 10:27 hours. At 10:38 hours, the first piece of bone was located in the burn pile from item number 643, burn barrel number 2. The collection of burnt bone pieces and possible tissue pieces were turned over to me. Property tag number 7958 and property tag number 7963 were turned over to the outside storage, secure storage, and the remainder of the items were turned over to the evidence lockers. I then cleared from evidence technician duties, Deputy Rick Reamer, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 249. Type of activity supplemental report. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer Lieutenant Kelly Sipple. On the morning of 11/12/05, the state arson team returned to the Avery property to finish collecting several items of evidence. The first item of evidence they were able to collect would have been that of the burned garage, or garbage, in the area that we refer to as the deer camp, located on the Rendett property west-southwest of Steven Avery's residence. The final two pieces would have been that of some bone and flesh located in the Michaels Materials Quarry to the northeast of the Avery property. At 0900 hours on 11/12/05, I pulled all officers into the command post. We then began to break down the area, and at 11:28 a.m. on 11/12/05, Special Investigator Tom Fassbender turned the property back over to the Averys. Lieutenant Kelly Sipple, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Page 250. Type of activity supplemental report. Date of activity 11/12/05. Reporting officer Sergeant Bill Tyson. On Saturday 11/12/05, I, Sergeant Bill Tyson, of the Calumet County Sheriff's Department, was requested by Sheriff Jerry Pogel to videotape the Avery property prior to our department releasing the crime scene. I did request the assistance of Correctional Officer Larry Schroeder to come with me as we entered the residences and videotape the conditions in which we were leaving the residences. All residences were entered with the camcorder recording our entry as well as our exit of those residences. An overview of the auto salvage yard was also included. The camcorder tape of that video was placed into evidence. Sergeant Bill Tyson, Calumet County Sheriff's Department. Wow, guys, that was quite an intense read. So thank you for joining me for the wrap-up for this week. We have done a milestone. We've hit 250 pages. Give yourself a pat on the back for that. I think that's quite an accomplishment. And that means that we're almost a quarter of the way done. So it's perseverance in this case and staying alert, paying attention, and digging in, just like everybody. And that's what the world's doing. They're digging into this case, and we're exposing all the corruption. Thank you for your support, whether it's public awareness. Maybe you tweeted something about Brendan or Steven or Zellner or somebody's channel or something. That always helps. It keeps the guys in the light and keeps them safe. I do want to say, one day late, happy belated birthday to Miss Zellner. She is incredible, and I find that